somewhere about something.
Stop! You're not getting...
Oh, let me turn that down. That is very loud. Master volume. Oh, good. It does 10% notches. Perfect.
anywhere with this Von Borchert.
You know,
that's better.
I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
Those facial animations aren't
You know, Louis,
great.
I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you
I mean,
talk.
better facial text than fucking Walking Dead, but oh,
You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back.
gun.
Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This
Kind
is
of nerd
finished.
would want a book on the back.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational.
Right.
And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
You know, I don't really trust the 70-year-old lady to take care of this guy, so lead it on. That was a
For
very
God's
red gun,
sake,
sir.
Louis, I told you to let me do it.
It's fine.
Let me see.
You know, I was in control of the situation, Mother.
Oh, tell that to your nose. It's because of this kind of reaction that I prefer to
Oh
work
damn,
alone.
that's a bad scar.
You ought to learn to trust me, Mother. Can't you be happy for once? We finally cracked the Von Borchert case?
He was just a middleman. He would have been more useful alive. How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on
Oh,
the
I
line
wasn't
for
doing
me.
it for you. I was just
You're much more important
Didn't
than you
trust
can
you.
ever imagine.
doubt.
Right, let's go now.
engine.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Bertrand's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing
Oh, I'm
on
gonna keep
his
that
private
spell
island?
again. That's
Which,
it.
by the way, looks more like a big
Established
rock than a
over
paradise
to-
island.
And again, shove it in my face like, oh my god, what did you do? Oh my god, you got the skull. That's amazing. You make choice good or bad.
The least he could do is
Yep,
explain to me
probably.
how he
Nice.
managed to lose you. In any case,
Oh well.
it is time for you to stop all this, Mother.
one-
It no
That's-
longer
doesn't
suits
look
your
very warm.
age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without.
Kidding, it's-
I'm
I
already
think that's
hating
really
this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able
know
to
this was
imagine,
real.
it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation
Don't
came
make a
from
joke
him.
about child molestation.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the
This one-
festivities
this
to
one- that one
begin.
and more.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water.
That tattoo on his hand.
Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off
It looks like
or
she's
not.
naked the way they keep
Please
framing this. It's
excuse
really
me
weird.
if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment.
Oh, it's fine.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess.
A cardinal? A
Oh, no.
duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you all right?
Society.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah. No one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No.
Jesus Christ, your face.
No!
No.
You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay.
You know, you don't need this intrigue to draw me in. I'm already drawn in. It's 5
Phew.
minutes. You don't need the...
Louis, are you alright? What's going on?
We just met. Don't call me Louis.
Here, take this.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
My chin is gigantic.
It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm
So am I.
sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Okay, RT ones. Can I snoop through these letters?
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before.
Oh.
At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Oh, I can be a diplomat, cultist, a detective. Okay, I'm gonna play it like myself. The other skills will be invaluable, but lucky will be more expensive. So this is my class. I'm gonna be like myself. Diplomat shines society, talented speaker, he avoids faux pas and he can convince them, those with whom he is talking without offending them. Politics is his field of predilection. That last part is decently me, but none of that other stuff. Deception, confessing important knowledge, he has quite extensive expertise in science and the arts. Using others to achieve his own ends does not bother him, definitely not me. Investigation, certificates in surroundings, questions. A hands-on man does not show anything. I'm going to be between these two. Okay, questioning, vigilance, psychology, agility, logic. Politics, etiquette, linguistics, conviction, diversion. I'm going to go with the... Oh, you have 7 effort points to use your skills. You'll pass. Go on to do 1 skill in conviction and 1 point in manipulation. Alright, so let's see. 2 points before level 2. I got manipulation and conviction early. Okay. Got 3 available points. Oh, and I got level 1 of every one of these skills. So I have level 1 of logic, level 1 of agility, psychology, vigilance. So I got all of those. So this unlocks options. This reduces cost and effort points by 3. So it takes effort points to use these, and the more I want to use them, the more points I need to sink. Let's take politics. Just bump. Let's take psychology. Oh, I will use them once. Okay.
Well, over the last few years, I solved enough.
Talents. Oh shit, I can get punished for failing. But if I succeed, I get extra points by default. I've always been charismatic. Doubt. Oh, no, gain the book.
Of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Not at all. So lie to her, not at all.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
Just be honest with you.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London?
No. Sorry, I
No,
don't
never been to
remember.
London, no.
In the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Okay. Opportunities to not consume points of access skill required for the situation. You just need to have unlocked it. Skill allows you to discover hidden details.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Personality. Each person you meet on the island has their own personality, which makes them invulnerable to certain skills and immune to other. Exploiting their personality is crucial to achieving personal goals. Skills used against immunities will not succeed, okay, and leave you exhausted. Meanwhile, exploited vulnerabilities will give you 1 effort point back.
Emily, please excuse my...
Immune to logic, too.
But you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Talents. You obtain talents for carrying out certain actions. Very well.
Must be an incredible view from up there.
Yes.
Impossible to
But I
set
was
foot
looking
on
at
the
something
island
else outside.
without being seen from 300 meters away.
Hey. Effort points restoration price. We can go back to the front now. Unless... There we go. As much as possible. Jelly, 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 jelly. I have a weird mechanic there for point system. It seems like a waste of time to make you pick up the things you can over that. But then I also guess it means that your skills aren't guaranteed to succeed, which is actually nicer.
Good evening, sir.
Hey, I didn't go
May
there.
I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
I
Monsieur
clearly
de
didn't go there.
Richet, delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Skills give you access to unique choices. Higher skill level is questioning level.
And did you find anything then?
We discovered a certain amount of damage, sir.
Servants. Vulnerability to questioning.
On the wooden part of the wharf.
What type of damage?
Broken barrels, mainly. We'll do whatever is necessary to have them rapidly repaired. But quite frankly, I can't imagine what Sir's mother would have been doing with them.
What could Mother have been doing with barrels?
Nevertheless, our search of the wharf hasn't been
Rolling in the
entirely
fire.
unsuccessful, though.
What do you mean?
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief.
Okay,
The
give it
handkerchief
air,
is
G.
embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion
So, oh
that
yes.
they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
Oh, more.
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
yes.
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir.
Well, that was kind
Here
of
you
dickish, but I
are.
guess that worked out.
I must return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother.
Okay.
You must have
got
come
the
here for a
napkin.
specific reason. I need to know what it is.
Can I examine this thing?
What could you... doing out here on this wharf?
All Mortimer servants wear masks as a king, such a conversation among the guests. No one knows the true reason. Oh, here's a card. Oh, he's a legate of the Pope Pius VI. Libertarian, modern, discreet. Actually, do that. See what I mean? Okay.
Wooden floorboard. Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed. Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up. Yet it was in decent
Yeah.
condition. I wonder why someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this? Judging by the splinters of the wood, this floorboard has been ripped up.
Okay, fair
in
enough. I
decent
can't actually skip
condition.
the dialogue, but
I wonder why
That's
someone ripped it up. What's the point of doing this?
I mean, is that really in vigilance skill? That's kind of obvious. What is the point of doing that? I agree.
Locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
No, not subterfuge person. Well, subterfuge is in my wheelhouse, isn't it? No, no, no. Subterfuge is in... Yeah, I'm not gonna get that. Oh well.
Great. Honey.
Jelly. 4. You know, I don't really see why I couldn't just, you know, stop on those rocks. Climb there. Go through. Okay, Louis, you do you. Now,
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
oh.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy.
You can't find use for a bar, you're not.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. I think this chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
There we go.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
What's in level 1? Ah, I see.
Ah,
Worth it.
one of the letters is stamped with the seal of the Order. And I recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother.
But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to?
I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to
Manuel
mark
Godoy.
the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy, Godoy, Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar? Ah, it's coming back to me.
Ah, good
Godoy
thing
is
I
the
picked
head of
the
the
politics.
Spanish government. He was appointed by King Charles IV, if I'm not mistaken. Rumor has it that he's very close to the Queen. Too close.
Yeah,
Much
so
too
the-
close. But hey, that's none of my business. He has a reputation of being upright and proud, very attached to the aristocracy.
Oh, maybe we'll get a face reveal. Okay, no face reveal, but immunity is etiquette.
And close to Louis XVI. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. The lantern. Nothing special.
Some more clues or that's it? Oh. Okay, let's break this. Now that's a very noticeable bit of damage, but not noticeable.
Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open
Fuck
another
it.
way.
Open it, damn you.
There we are.
See, it's not hard. Might be some royal jelly to finish.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste.
Ridiculous.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed.
Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
I also thought that.
Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find you, dear Mother, and quickly too.
And the fact. See how many pick up 4 of them, you increase your maximum effort points by 1. Oh shit, I better get
A fragment of amber.
Okay, calm down. No, it's just an effect from the water, I think. This doesn't theoretically cost me anything to do that, but let me use the number.
A Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili, quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
Not linguistics, boy.
A Latin inscription.
No.
En nessis, mi fili, quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
We're leaving. Let's see how this could go wrong. Hello.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Well, that's one way of greeting people.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
Hello.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you.
Did I expose any of his weaknesses?
You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
During confrontation, you have to go through several steps of being as safe as possible. Confrontations have consequences in the rest of the story, so don't hesitate to use your skills. Each confrontation displays an interface showing how much the person is.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Well, never mind, give me your letters.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them
Give me the
to
letter, old
remain
man, or I'll
so.
beat you, Scott.
If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
He does have a tattoo.
That
on his,
is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an
I don't
oversight.
get excited, but it's
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago.
Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Shit! All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Only you know that, Your Eminence. If you're asking me if you can trust me, or if
Oh, secret. Vulnerability to
can keep a
question.
secret, I would answer yes. Absolutely.
I understand.
In truth, it all depends on the nature of the contents of your letter.
It is a list of names.
This list must be of extreme importance.
If only you knew. It's a list of people that your mother must help. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your
No one said
mother...
fit the gold model because it's still as funny, but oh, you must convince the person to. Because there are 2 more chances.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's
Yeah,
stop
can't
there.
doubt God, loser. Liable.
I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Ricci. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about
I
50
didn't have to
names
open
ready
it, I
for
already have the,
departure. Be
information
quick.
from it.
Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look
I
at
suppose
what
I
it
don't have
contains.
specific names, so I don't really care. Is that? Yeah.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall. Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic
Yeah, I know.
destiny.
Well, that one's easy enough. Excuse me, Chair. What?
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Devil's Thorn. Exalted state. You temporarily see the immunities and vulnerabilities of it. Shit. Okay.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Well,
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen
wasn't he
people
murder
here.
mystery, so I
They
doubt
can't all
it
be
was
here
the
yet.
guy.
And you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends,
Yes, face
do
value.
any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Oh,
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
that's a weird.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host,
Is this
Lord
Sir Hall?
Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
Noted.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to,
Beautiful, big
you're
meal.
invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother, But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
I'm sure we'll get another opportunity to interact with Holm. I'll stay and listen to Washington.
Let's see what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Thank you.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you.
I wonder what the bio for George Washington is. Goody Manuel. Goody Manuel. Well, that's a very strange way to get him here, but
I
sure.
arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah...
Baron of Nottingham. Royalist. Why I order?
gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable...
Oh shit.
man. He's wealthy, and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? So, my mother was with you during the American Revolution.
Well, good to know his immunity.
You talk about politics?
Yes. In spite of her young age, she defended our cause with enthusiasm.
Did she go to the front line like your famous gunner, Molly Pitcher?
Yes, in a way.
The role given to women in your war was a great step forward.
Lee, I am impressed. Few people know about the legend of Molly. So you don't know the true story. Molly Pitcher is a character invented by Sarah.
Get the fuck out
She
of here.
persuaded me to use a heroic female figure, an American Joan of Arc, if you will. It enabled us to gain a few thousand extra fighters, and it was all thanks to your mother.
I didn't know that. Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
This was 100 years.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Users. Nerds. Who the fuck is that?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent.
What'd you fucking say to me, you fucking...
You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord
Looks
Mortimer
like
is fond of
Crossing has it.
atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth
tell me what
Adams,
I missed.
Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holm doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Wait, Elizabeth Adams wasn't added to the... Oh no, that's just... Ah, well, I can see why George would be shaken. How the fuck do I even gain experience is the real question. I'll focus on these after that. I really just wanted to get the politics out of that.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr.
No.
President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Wait, can I go back downstairs? Oh, no, not allowed.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, well, the way he says that is so fucking bad.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Turn around, asshole.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
First synthesis of human knowledge. Oh, so that's like a super good collector. Fine, progeny.
Golden
the quest is
elixir.
about to end, so you know
Consume
what,
without excess. Decorum guide.
Looks like I'm stacking up all the books I could spend to read in the future. This is splitting into many halls. Nothing to say about that art, I suppose. Not really.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Yes. More people I don't know. I'm not really familiar with this century. It's all Hogwarts to me. It's not relevant to my life. Simon? No.
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. Coin often used during the St. Louis era. President George Washington.
Go to your room, young man. Good, jelly, jelly, jelly. How's this effect?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Huh, that's me.
That's me.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
I believe that's back to the start, but let's just do one quick look. And then we'll get to hear his stupid pronunciation of his name again.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
There we go. Alright, to my room it is. This is technically the end of the corridor, but I feel like that one's the end of the corridor. I guess it's where a partition is.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about
you
my
know
mother's
it's not about
disappearance.
that.
But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Huh.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother.
Wow. Nice room. Mortimer
Is it?
sure doesn't do things halfway.
Oh my god, this is terrible. Carmelite water gives it a focus state. The next will cost no effort. Okay, that's good. Especially now that I know I can put... I would not... These pictures are terrible. Like, this isn't comforting.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her. Saturn devouring his sun. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. The conversion of St. Paul, by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome. St. Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
Yeah.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Oh, I just go to bed. I didn't want to do that, but okay. I really didn't actually want to go to bed at all. I wanted to go outside on the balcony, but... okay. Quay? I don't know what Quay is. Yes, I am missing some clues in the docks because I can't get all of them. Oh good, I get lots of everything. Traits, characters reveal, new characters met, vulnerabilities exploited. Okay, good to know. 4 points. Might as well pump that. Questioning seems like it'd be useful, so there's logic and psychology and things. I'm gonna go with question. I'm gonna be establishing people early on, so let's do psychology. Aha! And I just put all my points and points into psychologists. Oh, my game froze. Wait, my game hasn't froze. My controller is no longer working. Oh god. Stop. Please. Why does this no longer work? This connection book. The connection snagged a bit. There we go. Oh. Oh. Excuse me, folks. My controller is having a hissy fit. See him flashing. No, let me just disconnect. Plug it back in. There we go. Just take it out, put it back in. That seems to have fixed it. Problem is that these Xbox 360 controllers are so thick, they bundle up. And then on my chair they get snagged to pulls that out, etc. Blah blah blah. Anyway,
your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank
Lord
you for
Mortimer.
bringing her to the island.
From
You know,
what
you don't
I've
wanna zoom up
understood,
on those
the
terrible
search of
things.
de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
I have.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way
Oh,
out.
young Prince Soldier.
Ah,
you'll never
good
amount
evening,
to
gentlemen.
anything.
Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late. And we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
What the fuck? Oh, so I appear as a servant.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Oh, must be,
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. Devil's Thorn, the torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
you lick my balls and
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but
where are the passive effects then? Let's see them. Side. Found the wall. Boxes.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. and perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
You know, having the backing of the president is probably more helpful than investigating. I'll speak to Napoleon.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me. According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry. Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Seriously? Okay. Silly Louis, going outside of game boundaries. Wait, so... wait.
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Yes.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Who do you think you are?
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
I'll risk it.
Let her go!
Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy! If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down. That's the spirit, but it won't be enough. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots!
Women, right? They really do drive us crazy sometimes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and every time they open their mouths, it makes you want to slap them. I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I've watched you, and you're shaking. I'm betting you won't fire.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon.
So nice. 2 points in psychology. Bang.
You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing.
Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good. There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest. Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia. Lady Adams must have locked it behind her when she fled. Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character. Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes? I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
Shit. I guess George Washington wants me to beat women.
Golden elixir.
Well. Let's do the rounds. Seems like stuff for the resets.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
I'll never get tired of that. I'm gonna play it every single time I run past the room.
That's not the right way.
Off yours.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence.
It's of course okay. Oh, he's certainly dead. Blue sharks.
to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Good. Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see. It's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Luis. Give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
That's my room. Oh no, wait, this is my room.
Huh, that's me.
I'm exhausted. Better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Well, I can't really detain Lady Adams because of what I did. Didn't that probably get the better of me? Seemed like it did fine. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, it's morning at least.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Now I get to search it. And now with the key already, so I can now find the elephant. Okay, yep, conviction.
Dear Monsieur Louis.
Yep.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases. Writing material.
Let me search my entire room before it starts.
Nothing. Nothing. Inferno by Dante. Abandoned hope, all...
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked.
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
A Voyage Around the World. The travel log of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville.
One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Ramsey.
Found it. A faint sign of the Order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Okay, this one seems much more important.
The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible.
And the smell reminds me of something. I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Yes, finally.
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. Very light stain, barely visible.
And the smell reminds me of something. I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Writing material. From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd.
Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book. She must have used the writing materials. The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used the lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
I forgot how to do this one. What do I do?
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Coal.
I'm making a serious mess here. It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Oh, fuck. Shouldn't have done that. I'm just throwing shit, but I don't know.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though.
Maybe that would have had something in it, but doubt. Then again, no.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Bien, Monsieur Louis. Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room? Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room. This room looks unoccupied. That wasn't it. Not to mention I covered half the page with lemon juice. Great!
Louis. Lemons used to write secret messages, not to reveal them. I'll have to try something else.
Well, so it wasn't that, and I've just stained half the page.
Ink is always used to write a message, never to reveal one. I must find something else.
Oh god. Fuck this one up. Yes, the handle. No. Why did you do that?
Well, I think I've searched everywhere. Maybe I should try it out on the book.
Well, the fact that I got this last is gonna mean I'm gonna get the worst possible outcome in this one.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote.
Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the Red Salon.
Typical. I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
See what can be done. You know what? Maybe that was a different time of day. Because last night I woke up.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
I guess I go in. Apparently.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Oh. Oh. Fuck me. Doesn't look like I'll be opening this that one.
A chest with a half-circle pattern. My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and unfortunately,
this is Adams.
your brother.
You know, I don't think George Washington put the fucking pentagram down.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
No. Things you find.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold. As if
It's probably the treatment. Those crystals. Possible.
A Chinese coin.
Wait, that was actually prompting me.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Well, that was useful. That was probably the most useful. Hello. No, I want to
30th November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancel. August 24th.
No. 5 seconds. 5 seconds? Does that mean it's not for this box?
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
No, it's not for this box. I think I did see a 5 circle. That might be the one in the red salon next. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't any occultism thing in here, but oh well. Oh, that was jarring, but not the room, so let's not find it.
A cache.
A cache. Half circle shape. Why is that there? That seems not.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Oh, I could break into it. Interesting. There's someone doing something. Not yet.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
There'll be a prompt from the land actually spoken, so we keep on back to Elizabeth's room and please.
President George Washington. President George Washington.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. We'll see him later.
This is Adam's room, right? Yes.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
I know.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Mysterious notes. It's a hellscape on the outside of that wall, I tell you what. I've been spending some the fucking thing though. Okay, that's actually costing more points. I wonder if everything was so expensive. This one. Thank you.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet? I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes. Why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Yeah, That was also the thing I would have. Okay.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Elizabeth, confiding in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Right, fuck, I forgot about the
Relieve
psychology.
me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back? Or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Sister was the one that helped.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fit. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family.
Well,
that's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
That's not a good thing to say.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir. But I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps would like to know something else?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Oh.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Indeed, this masterpiece must not become more damaged. Let me have it and I'll take care of it personally. I love antiquarian books.
It bothers me somewhat. It isn't sir's job to take care of it, really.
No, but I would love to. You'll be doing me a favor by letting me have it.
In that case, sir, I shall leave it in your care with pleasure. May I do anything else for sir?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Oh, you didn't even say goodbye to him? That's all. What's this music? Well, that's a view, definitely.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the King's table.
I am delighted.
Von Wollner. There you go. First thinking about the ideas of the Enlightenment. Oh, well, I'm sure we'll get along well with half the people on this table.
Wollner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, anyway. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
I don't see how.
A Prussian-Britannic coalition is not good for France. The last time we fought against them, our empire went up in smoke.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I've taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Oh, you seem alright, apart from your hideous makeup.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
What do you think of Volner?
Many believe he is the real leader of Prussia. A charming man, but with an iron fist and a velvet glove. I also know he's famous for his love of the hunt, in all its forms.
My friend.
What are you doing out there? Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Who does not know of her?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Monsieur de Richet? It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
You really want to stand that close? Jesus.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Surely such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share this.
Vulnerable to, what was that? It's vulnerable to etiquette. That's what it seems to be.
Vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country,
Hey,
what
back.
do you think it would
I'll
take to
catch you up.
restore
I have to
its
just trick Napoleon Bonaparte.
Are you going to trick him into thinking he's short?
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her. Someone who will restore her luster, who will propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside And at the same time,
catch up on the
developing
story. It's
exterior
very
relations.
complex, so
Someone with a
I'll need a
vision,
moment.
I think. The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words, and I agree. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you.
I'm legitimate now. You gained 1 skill on conviction. You came out on top in the one-on-one with Napoleon Bonaparte.
Well, why does your character have a fucking scar on his face fundamentally?
That's my fault, actually.
Oh, was that a choice thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah, that was really neat. So you know what happened in the first part? Like, your mother was like, you have to trust me, I'll get rid of this guy. And I'm like, you're 70 years old, I don't trust you to quote-unquote take care of someone. So I got into a fight and he pulled out a knife and he cut my nose.
But if he had pulled out a gun and ended him...
No, his gun was on the table, I grabbed it and shot him.
No, what if she had pulled out a gun and ended him?
Maybe. I wasn't there.
Hope to work with you in the very near
You
future.
fucking whippersnappers
I would like
these
to
days
thank you
Mr.
for
Bean.
your
Yes, I have a scar on my face
offering
now
you
because I did
this
that.
humble little gift.
That's neat.
I also really fucked up so there was like a note that had to be revealed, like it was a direction. Are you familiar with lemon juice, like how it can be used to hide messages in ink?
Yes.
I knew that, but I completely fucking forgot how to reveal the message. It's heat. So I panicked and I just put everything, like I poured ash on top of it, I poured more lemon juice on top of it, I put ink on it, and it just ruined the fucking message before I finally figured it out was heat.
On the revolution in
It's the
France.
one useful bit of
Mr.
information in
I thank you for this
National
gesture, and
Yeah.
please know that I too am delighted to
Literally
meet
the
you.
only thing of value from that entire movie.
Yeah. Oh, I learned it from Horrible Histories books.
My friends, I would like to say a few
Oh,
words.
George Washington is here.
I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, sir.
I can't remember which one of these characters are real. Like, I know the obvious ones. Like, George Washington is real. Elizabeth Adams is real. I'm pretty sure Napoleon Bonaparte's real. Who knows?
Okay, I'm back.
I don't know if some of these which one of these characters are real. Like, maybe they're all real.
Let's see. Wait, is that Queen Elizabeth?
No, that's Elizabeth Adams, daughter of John Adams, Vice President of the U.S.
Doubt.
Yeah. What's George Washington?
Wait, she's immune to psychology, like the concept.
No, she's immune to being played, like on a mental.
George Washington is immune to politics.
He's immune to being outsmarted in politics. I believe that's what it's basically like.
I know, but the phrase is immune to politics.
Like Napoleon Bonaparte being immune to conviction seems a bit weird. Jacques Peru. It's a revolutionary tribunal in France.
What's wrong with all these people's eyes?
I know, right? There's weird facial animations, honestly.
Everyone has something in their eyes that looks fucking weird. Except that guy, his eyes look fine.
Oh, this guy.
For bringing us
that
all
Lewis
together.
guy looks like an ass.
Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest,
Don't worry,
I would
I'll
like to
give you more.
reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose.
It restores to
But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always
Pick up
benefited
items now.
from
You
them.
do talky gooder.
The last time I came
I
to
picked
this
up a
place,
gun. It helps me
Lord
do
Mortimer
coercion.
offered to help me in my
believe
electoral
I can do that
campaign
later, but
for the presidency of the United States. And it is eminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us.
Oh, this Lord.
We are
Wilson,
here
man, such
among
change.
like-minded people.
What if
So
you
let
get
us put
elected
aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old
Are you part of the Illuminati in this game?
I'm part of the Golden Order.
I trust
which
you
might
shall
well be
not
the
be
Illuminati.
disappointed, Mr. Washington.
God, his
Right,
face is
we
really
shall
bad.
meet again tomorrow.
They're all really
the
bad.
guests will be present.
Oh
Yeah.
my
As well as
God,
Lord
what's wrong
Mortimer,
with
I
it?
hope.
He's
Until
wearing
then,
British
I
makeup.
trust you will find plenty to
Like
keep
he
you amused.
looks like you know, like when people say that, like he looks like he's actually just a lizard person.
He looks like he's about to die any second.
Like
now.
he has scales on his skin.
I dirtied one part is not true. I dirtied every single part of it. Oh yeah, I could have searched Napoleon's room, but I don't think I had the key for it. Oh, I actually succeeded everything. Good.
But you dirtied one part.
I dirtied one part. I actually dirtied all of it, but let's ignore that. So look, since I did really well in that section, the game actually rewards me with experience points.
Wow, you got one level. Freaking nerd.
Okay, I have 8 points. Shit. Okay, I should make all of my good stuff free.
Wait, so are you role playing as yourself?
I went for detective, so I went vigilance, questioning, psychology, and I have 1 skill in politics, 1 level in conviction, and 1 level in manipulation that I got by accident.
What do you mean? Levels of manipulation are great.
Well, so see, I have like all these talents, right, like here, which will give me more points. So, for example, for succeeding 2 confrontations, I've gained 2 points in psychology because I've been able to play people this well.
Ooh, that's neat.
If I was failing confrontations, I might gain more points in linguistics for talking more straightforward, but I'd be less able at manipulating people. And like also combinations of certain skills seem to give you the good thing.
Yeah.
Halves the fake elements displayed during an opportunity. Oh, good. So you pick your class at the start, and this is basically what is going to be the easiest one to use. Like, it has less effort, like, it gets points to equip, and therefore... So, like, you know when I get this to level 3, I just use it for free, right?
Yeah.
So, essentially, these skills, when these ones are the ones I'm going to be leveling up, and at the end of the game, I should just be doing it very easily. Right now, I do all of them much cheaper than anything else. Like, I can do conviction, politics, and manipulation, but it's all expensive. Using these skills, however, is very cheap. Okay, actually no. Yeah, I'll take agility. There is one final way of getting points. I'm not sure if you'll see it, but basically at the start of every day, you pick up books throughout the adventure that you can read that will teach you to be better at stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's recap.
But you can only pick one
Before
book
dinner,
to read, like, every
I was
day.
going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
So you have to really think which of these books you actually need. Like, every time you read one, it's a permanent ad. So I can get 2 points in etiquette. How close am I to the next level? I'm level 0 in etiquette, so I can get 2 points for free and get the skill for free. So I'll learn etiquette now.
Wow, nerd.
So it's a good way of, like, the books are a good way to, since through a mixture of getting talents and
They're a
doing the
good
right
way
thing.
to get a little bit in stuff you wouldn't otherwise take because it's a waste of points.
Like, between the talents and the books, it allows me to basically build up the other skills while putting all my points into the skills I have.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. The lock
Oh.
is surrounded by a triple circle.
Triple circle. Do I have that key? No.
Or like
I don't think I-
triple sock.
If I had subterfuge, I could actually unlock all these boxes for free, and they all have usually a plot item in it and some item restocks. So there's a lot of value in. There's a lot of value in like both gameplay and plot into actually going out of your way to do everything.
Yeah, but unlocking those chests is rude. You're in someone else's home.
Too bad. What's this picture?
Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses?
Ulysses, no.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes.
Oh, Descartes, whatever logic.
book changed the
Gives
way
me
I look
facts
at the
and logic.
world.
It's Ben Shapiro's book.
A guide to facts and logic.
In the most epicest of ways.
A swine in a salon It's an odd choice of decor.
Pictures are very creepy. Hello.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together.
No,
I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
Because his eyes are
Benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first.
No, he
invitation
looks
to
like
Lord
he just has a
You
weird
will see.
face.
It's the perfect place
And his
to make
problem
new
is that he has a weird
Indeed.
face, and his
I
face is
noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte
Oh, I
had
love
already
making friends
begun.
with Republicans.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing.
It's not even a
Your
joke, like my
Eminence.
best
But
friends in
I
this
still
game
haven't
so
been
far
able
have
to
been George
meet
Washington
Lord
and
Mortimer.
Napoleon.
Do not worry. It is
Yeah,
typical of
being
him.
a Republican
What can I
is
say?
good.
Lord Mortimer
Because you
is a very
get to
busy
not have a
man.
monarchy.
I should think you are beginning to worry.
This legate cardinal is.
To tell you the truth,
Wait,
not
why is
really.
Napoleon part of
You
the
are
Illuminati?
right. Be positive.
Oh,
Perhaps.
he's a new member. He's a young lieutenant at this point. He's not the important Napoleon yet.
Yeah, I know, he's not the important part. That's why I'm wondering why he's in the Illuminati already.
Maybe he's a new prospect member. They've got the old member in Perugia. Wait, maybe he is real. Maybe that's what the song
is
is
in
about.
the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
I think all of these are real people,
But-
except
Yeah, I
you.
think they're all
Well, I
real.
have you with me.
Except for, you know, I think Elizabeth Adams is, I'm pretty sure she's dead. And, you know, the obviously not real ones are the Derviche. The Derviche, whatever.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
They're Richards.
What can I do for you?
Well, all I size you up, does that mean anything? I'm looking for a Medusa.
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, la Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one? In any shape or form?
Not at all, my son.
My mother's pointed me
I'm not
towards
sure
the Medusa.
what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm
Well,
not
my
going to
clue.
be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
The faces are really weird because it's a social game. Like, you think they would have put a little more into it than what is.
Wait, what?
honestly. Like the weird faces like really bother me because it feels like a game that shouldn't have bad faces.
I mean,
Key with an occult earth symbol.
what if they're all supposed to look like they're made of wood?
We're all wood down here.
The lock is surrounded by a triple
I
circle.
don't think this is the right key, but nope. Funky.
Circe.
Oh fuck! I didn't know I was saying Dark Souls.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Well, my items are restocking pretty well. That's pretty good. Now's a good time to catch you up. So after the attack, like when I was with my mother, we obtained invitation to. Well, didn't obtain it that
Well,
way.
look,
I think
wait,
Lord
look at all those books.
Yeah, I know.
So many skill points.
2 pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Sadly, no. Oh, I got the third page in the encyclopedia, which means I can read it. Yes. Get 3 free points for that one. Does that mean I get a new 150 academic? First encyclopedia. So after that confrontation, the book that your mother was looking for, I think it's a book, is on Lord Mortimer's island. So she pulls some strings, gets to the party, but she gets there much earlier and doesn't want you to come because I was bad and didn't follow her orders. So I arrive late and she's missing on the island. Now I have to find why she's missing and what's going on with the island and its weird inhabitants, including George Washington.
How dare you say they're weird?
As an American, I cannot abide by you calling our first president quote unquote weird.
We're all out to size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a
Why
Medusa.
was she speaking
Should I
riddles?
go and try
I
to
guess
find the
it's if
creature
anyone
now?
else finds out, but why was she talking riddles if I'm the one who wants to find it? Why can't she just say, hey fuckboy, go over here?
Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take Liberty, please.
Oh, I know this picture.
Ah, painting by Ingres. Molière dining with Louis XIV. The king's posture is surprising. It's almost as if he's addressing someone in the assembly. Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say.
Big art fucking nerd. Stop knowing paintings. Making me feel bad. Oh, next one, sit down. I thought there was something to I thought I could go behind the cushions to get more points.
Just like in real life.
Exactly, now you're thinking. Oh, I did actually find a coin. I have more collector's coins. Fuck knows what they do. I have 8 coins.
Collect them, they're collector's coins.
I don't know what they do. I don't know if I even want.
You collect them.
Next skill
They're
uses
collector's
3, uncapped.
The Song of Roland.
Okay.
Roland feeleth his death
John,
is
I'm
near.
gonna tell you what
His
they
brain
do.
is oozing by either ear.
You collect
With his brain oozing, it's already
collector's
remarkable that he can feel anything.
I have a new effort point.
Amber crystals.
I get amber crystals for bot, and that gives me things. Oh, effort points. Oh, there's another piece of amber.
The Company by Rembrandt.
Company. Well, okay, so I gotta find a Medusa. Maybe it's a fig.
to gain more effort.
I do gain more effort.
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples.
I wonder which one it can be. I can't wait to hear how the Bible ends when George R. R. Martin finally finishes it. Oh no. Look away, Twitch. Get banned for all these penises.
Who's there? I think.
Look, man, I'm gonna wreck you. I'm gonna...
No, enjoying his stuff is not allowed, Ziggy. You will hate spring break, and I will make sure.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her.
Screen
Are you
break.
ready?
The Medusa.
Oh, the Medusa.
A hero armed with a sword?
Alright, what's on Twitch?
No!
The last
No!
one holding a shield.
It's gonna ban me.
I'll stake my life on it.
Alright.
All the statues form a single scene together.
Peter.
The poor devils are about to face the beast. Give them a helping hand.
Shut the fuck up! There we go.
Oh, I have a book. What's this book do?
The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand
So,
page and
John is
Latin on the
playing the
right hand.
council.
Let's find the chapter on the Medusa.
Read the page in French. It
Hang
can't be
on.
banned.
This version
What are you saying? Wait a minute, I have to plug in my headphones, I don't hear
always
you.
belittled women in society.
Let's say bad things about
Wait a second, wait a second.
The Chimera,
There, I'm back.
More like
Hydra,
stinky.
the Gorgons. The section on the Medusa.
Yeah, John
While
is
some of
playing
the
the
heroes
council.
divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon, the Medusa.
Some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword minus. Okay. So the sword needs to be facing Medusa. And then the shield and the lantern should be facing each other. No, maybe the shield should be facing the Medusa. I'll find out in a second. Yeah, shield facing. Wait, can I move the Medusa? Yes, I can.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Siggy, how could you do that?
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Oh crap, it's a real puzzle. Real puzzle hours.
A painting with no name.
Okay, let's reread the tale.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with a sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Doesn't actually help me all that much, sadly. Excuse me.
The stream is frozen.
I'll be 1 second. Mom, need your help. I need to the thing so I can talk. But come over here for a second. The place was all clogged and then it rolled off my spoon. No, it was clogged. What do you mean you want to say exactly what? I'm back.
John, everyone died.
Any thoughts on the puzzle?
I don't know, try spinning.
That one.
What?
Stupid fucking puzzle.
What?
Well, it's already facing. No, the puzzle's right. Hold on.
vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical.
Oh my god, I already know what this is.
open-minded.
Thanks a lot.
Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot. It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Why? I literally did it as the game wanted.
Looks right,
I don't know
but
what
nothing's
it says.
happening. Maybe,
Do it
in
again.
this position, the hero with the shield is
Please
just
help.
dazzling his colleague.
I don't know.
It's gotta be
I
something
don't
with the sword, right?
I don't get what the puzzle is supposed to be.
The statue is darker on the right-hand side. It must be often placed towards the fire, which would explain the difference in color. In that case, it would be facing the Medusa. Perfect for the coup de grace.
Okay, so that's already facing the way, right?
Can't people just not have crafts?
Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should.
Wait, where can you rotate the
aim
Medusa
is to
statue?
defeat
Hold on,
the
give me 1
Medusa.
second. I'm
So
just
what
what,
can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield.
Well, that was a waste of effort points.
I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero.
How is the Medusa statue rotated?
It's facing the shield.
Where is the shield one rotated?
Shield is facing Medusa.
Can you have it face the lantern?
Oh no, the shield is facing the lantern, sorry.
So Medusa's facing the shield hero is facing the lantern, and the sword hero is facing Medusa.
Yep.
Where's the hero holding the lantern rotated?
The hero holding the lantern is facing the shield, and the shield is facing the lantern.
Put the shield facing Medusa.
No, wait, I think I got it. Yep, that was it. I'm done.
Wait, what happened? What was the solution?
The shield isn't reflecting light because he's facing the lantern and not the angle where light is reflecting directly back into Medusa. So he has to face the one with the sword.
Oh, okay.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do
Well,
that
that's a neat
again.
puzzle.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop
What are you
fooling around and
consuming?
tell me what you're doing here.
Chicken and beans. and Pepper.
I've discovered a hidden message from my mother. She explains how to find the secret room. Something must have attracted her here, so I've come to check it out. And you? What brings you here?
My, you're curious.
Let me guess.
Go on then, impress me.
You're spying on Mortimer, right?
Everyone is spying on Mortimer.
Shall I take that for a yes?
Take it as you please, but I wouldn't be surprised if all the guests were around here somewhere searching the manor. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams.
At your service, madam.
How about if I went on your side? Fuck you anyway.
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. You're married. Why don't you wear a wedding ring?
You mean wear something just to prove your love? Not my style.
Ah, that's why you didn't want to search on my side. You're hiding Amber. I want it. Get out of my way.
Carry on
I will
searching.
consume for effort.
I'm gonna huff that Amber. What is this? Some kind of ceramic urn. Then what is it?
Some kind of... What is this urn? Some kind of urn.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
I read the inscription. It said, "This is an urn."
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
This
No,
urn was
you are aware
earned
that
in
Jason
the
the
earning
Argonaut is a
company of urn.
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
I'm not attracted to her. Stop trying to make me attracted to her.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham
No,
has
she is
3.
attractive. I'm just not attracted to her.
Oh, I was quoting
How did the
your
English
guy.
manage to get their hands on them?
When someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently, would you?
Are you calling me a thief?
Yes.
Certainly not. Never entered my mind.
Yes. You big thief. Big stinky thief.
Hey, Mortimer's the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
You put a gun in this safe. Doesn't seem like him. Wait, is that... No way.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath.
Stop! Don't put your grubby fat fingers on it.
You find my fingers fat?
What did you...
At least put on some gloves.
Please note.
Wait,
my
why'd you
fingers are
try it on?
You were going to
I
leave
want to try it
marks.
on.
My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would
Find my
love to
fingers
have sexy
fat.
fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your
They must have it.
concentration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers
Why
are
is your
fattest.
character keep bragging about his
No, I'm not
fucking
going to
finger?
compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
I don't know.
Bad loser.
Let's see his fingers are fat.
She's just mad, Jelly.
Well, looks like a
Your
pamphlet on
fingers
different
are
political
fat.
regimes.
Why would you try to put the thing on?
I want it.
I am this fucking
Written
guy
by
thinks
Mortimer
he's Caesar.
himself.
Doesn't he know I'm Caesar?
Fragment of amber.
Fool! The sword of King Arthur.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's
I said I'm
magnificent.
gonna keep the
I'm busy.
road
Describe
safe
it
now.
to me.
This
This weapons
Sword of King
particularly
Arthur.
French, quite
Shit's mine
old,
now.
undoubtedly goes back to
Oh,
the
it's French.
Crusades. If it is a true Damask sword, it's worth more
King
than a
Arthur
kingdom.
is French.
It really does look like Joan of Arc's sword.
The famous Maid of Orleans, one of your favorite historical heroines.
You bet. Given the number of English butts she kicked.
And we all know where that got her. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
No. I'm not helping you. I'm having fun. That's what I came to the party for.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job.
Yes, I'm going with this one.
Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah.
A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? How did Lord Mortimer get all this? It's just crazy.
Secret connections, money, or a well-kept family treasure passed on from generation to generation. Who knows?
That would mean some of Mortimer's ancestors lived before Jesus was born. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Maybe.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met Louis.
Okay, hold on. Just in case I have to play her. What is her? No, not Elizabeth Adams. She's Emily Hillsborough. Vulnerable to psychology.
I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar.
Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little.
If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Pragmatic, intelligent, sure of herself. Her only weak spot is her difficulty talking about herself. I don't know much about your past, but I'm guessing you had to get by on your own for much of your life. It might have closed you off, and that can be a disadvantage. It might be time for you to open up and risk a little trust. Not every man you meet wants to hurt you.
Yes, you may be right. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
I don't see us as partners for life. You won't owe me anything, you know. It doesn't commit you to anything after all.
All right, you've gone to a lot of trouble. You deserve an answer. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler.
I have 4
So,
partners.
your partner is... It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Your husband, of course.
My husband? He can't even walk without a cane.
Shit, I don't fucking know
Poor
anything
old
about
man. Let him live out the rest of his days in peace.
Can you insult her and say that she has a giant forehead?
you. Not yet.
Do it.
Maybe.
Chances are, you're working with a member of the Order.
You look
The only
mega
members
mind.
of the Order, other than ourselves, are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has
Shit, I
sadly
have
gone
one
missing.
left.
As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival.
Shit.
Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order communicates internationally.
I genuinely don't fucking know.
I don't know how this conversation just works, but it looks interesting.
Let's see. Shay, Emily Sam. Wait, her initials EH. That's a handkerchief, not useful. Nope.
Your partner must be your mother.
I would need to know who she is first.
Orphanage! Oh my god, I'm
I didn't
stupid!
know.
I'm an orphan. I thought you'd figured that out.
No, I didn't know. Otherwise, I
No, I
wouldn't
knew
have
that she's
mentioned
an
it.
orphan. That
Now
shit
you
closed
know.
out for me. I just panicked.
Right, time is short.
Fucking up.
You haven't convinced me.
Fuck.
I prefer to remain discreet. Don't take it the wrong way. All I can tell...
Psychology costs 1 more effort point. Oh, failing that
is I'm looking for my
penalizes me.
sister. And if I reacted so strongly at the sight of the
was gonna
cameo
pick a sister
pendant,
and I changed
it's
to a
because I
mother.
thought it belonged to her. But it doesn't.
I understand. I won't insist.
It's time to leave.
Damn, I got everything right and used up all my fucking blunders on the last one.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
Oh, psychology costing 1 more point. Fuck off. Jesus.
Must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
came back.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
So I confronted her and I got everything right, and then I got to the last. So I got to the last one. You have like a set amount of chances to guess like certain like actions to progress the story.
Okay.
You know how it's like Deus Ex, like you have.
Okay,
like,
wait, Sean. Important thing.
What?
That begging had only one G. I think it's supposed to have two. It's not.
So I had 4 guesses to guess who her partner was, and at the last one I fucking fumbled and said her mother, even though I know she's an orphan.
I was sure there was a certain.
She's like, hey, who's your partner? I said, oh, it's your
Louis,
mom.
we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
You know what? Emily annoyed me.
Sorry, Emily, but
wow,
I can't leave Elizabeth like this. All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
What's with all your dumb tattoos, lady?
Get her eye, though.
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Yeah, if you...
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you it was her.
She doesn't hesitate on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen.
Doesn't mean she's convinced of what she's
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
Yeah, you know, no.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me,
What?
Louis.
That's
What
stupid,
I have
you're
to say to
stupid.
you is of the utmost importance.
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis, then get the hell out of here. You're incapable of opening your eyes, so be it. Get out!
What a dumb scene. You can suck my. Oh, I got a point for it. Clear-headed. Gained erudition because I didn't get drunk. Eat.
Why the hell did I go with Elizabeth?
Wow, rude.
I don't want to drink.
I could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart. Oh, well, never mind. Tomorrow's another day.
How did someone get this far into my room? It's not good. What the fuck?
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth
Well, this
Adams.
isn't good.
What the hell's going on?
You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
Good thing I didn't get drunk. that was episode 1. I'll call it here.
This game looks interesting. I might try it for myself.
Yeah, what's wrong? They've got an actual psychologist to help with the story. Choose a quest. Wait, hold on. Oh, I can pick where I want to start. So I could redo the last chapter again, hypothetically, if I wanted to. But I'm not going to. I'm going to exit now. Leave that